Hi Emily, here we are looking at the Western Port workwear site, or industrial work gear it is called now. Let me log in and I'll go through what I need done. Now we've got a decision to make here. We can delete everything and start from scratch, and I mean all of the products. If you want to do that, just select all here and it will select everything on every page. You'll see when I go through, they're all selected. Then just go across here, hit delete and then submit, and that'll clean everything out. So I'll leave that decision to you. I think it's probably best if we started from scratch and just start again, and I think that would be better. There might be some products that you want to save, so maybe do that and then go through the simple products like the knee pads and bucket hat and stuff like that you want to save. But other than that, go back to where you started and you can delete everything. I want to do that anyway, so I'll leave it to you though to delete that. A lot of work down the drain. Only a little bit you did. It was a long time ago. The rest of it was done. Okay, so now let's forget all of that. Let's unselect all and have a look at the products that we need to look at. So I'll select 200 so that we've got a few here, and we'll go to, well, let's start with the knee pads, which is a safety type product, or it could go in various categories. You've done all this right. I enabled everything. You didn't have them enabled, but I've enabled them now. Pricing we're going to put in later, and we do have a GST class which we're going to use. Images we're going to put in later. The main thing though, inventory you've done right, so let me click on there and hopefully that goes out. So here we need to put some sort of inventory in, so maybe put 10 and put it in stock. And they're the two labels. So the most important thing for it to view, to see, is that we have it in stock and that it's been enabled here. If you don't have those two areas filled in, it won't show up. The other thing is, if we haven't selected a category for it, we won't find it either. So a knee pad, I would think, is a I'd say workplace safety. Probably PPE. That stands for personal protection equipment. So I'd probably click it in here, and not sure where it would fit in here either, but I would probably just have it in the main one. There's nothing for sort of legs, but maybe just body will do. So I would put that one in there and then just click save. Then it'll show up on where we are. So if I go to PPE and look there, we'll actually have a product now. So that was the issue. So PPE, we should have one product in there because I've just chosen the category. Oh, there's a few in there, but knee pads are there. Disposable categories. What about clothing? Have we looked at that? No, there's nothing in clothing except a knee pad. Well, that is strange. Let me have a look at that. I'm sure I didn't click that in clothing. Maybe I did. Let me have a look. I'm going crazy. So it's not selected in clothing. Isn't that weird? Maybe there's two knee pads and one selected in clothing. But we could put it in clothing. Knee pads, there it is there. You've selected it there. So you've done that one right. That one's selected. Perfect. I would also put it in PPE as well, because it is protection equipment. So I would put it in there as well. So let's have a look at another one. And have a look at the bucket hat and see if you put that somewhere as well in default. So again, I guess that's PPE, definitely. So that would be head and face, PPE, probably clothing as well. You can put them in multiple areas, probably men's and women's. So you've got it in hats there, which is excellent, and probably do it in women's hats as well. I assume it would be both of them, so put it in hats. Unless it specifically says men, please do that. Please put everything into their categories. The ones, maybe you have done it and I haven't seen where you've put them now that I see that you've done some of them in the right spots. But put them in the whole tree, so put them in men's clothing, hat, or clothing, men's hats, so they're in each level, because then when people view it, they might go into clothing and just go men's, and when they see it, they'll see that there's a hat in there. See, the hat's not there, so I've got to say, why not? Let's go and have a look at bucket hat again. And let's see if we have some inventory. We're out of stock. So just put 10 in for now, and then click in stock, and then just check to see that it's enabled. And I know it's enabled because I enabled everything. So if I go back and refresh in clothing, you'll see that it'll be here now. There it is there, bucket hat. If we go into men's, I don't know what I put that in now, I forget, it doesn't matter. But you get the idea. So we need to put them in, we need to have inventory, and we need to set them up in a category. That's one of the main things. The other thing is I noticed was that it might be on the next page. There's a unit, I think it was on the next page, let me find it. Ooh, it's a lot of stuff. Here. It looks like you put all of these in as simple products. I'm not sure if you have or not, I can't figure it out. So if I look in here, I can't tell whether it's as a simple, they're definitely in as a simple product, but I don't know if it's linked to a configurable product, but we need them all linked to a configurable product. The other thing is, we don't want it to be visible. All of these ones, other than the configurable product, we don't want it visible. So we want to say not visible individually. So what I was doing is I was setting it up when I do the configurable product as not visible individually. Once I've finished the whole product, I then go back in and select the configurable product and make it available for catalog and search. That way, and I'll show you, let's say I go yellow navy, or let's just say I go this here, I'm searching for that term within the shop. What happens is it brings up every single size of it, and see how it brings up every size, where really it should only bring up one, but it's bringing up everything, and the pages of it, 3 pages of this, where people have to go through and filter through it and then pick their size, where really it should just bring up one with the drop down for everything else. So that's what I need you to do. If there's any products like that, I definitely need them deleted. Another thing that we could do is that we could categorize everything in here by here. So if we search by configurable product, oh, that's not going to work. If we search by simple product and search, you'll be able to see, I think, if things aren't set up correctly, possibly. But that's what I need you to do. When it was something that was of a multiple, I needed to be set up in that way as a configurable product. If it isn't, we'll need to delete it, and we'll need to go in and set everything up so that it has stock, is enabled in the general settings, and has a category. If that makes sense, could you start working on that? It might be best just to delete everything and start again from scratch. If that's the case, that's okay. I'm all right with that, if you don't mind. Thank you. Any questions, as always, just give me a bell. Thanks a lot.